Thank you to my dad for not being there.
However, I can visualize
Yes.
probably a lot better than you can. Like just an example, I can't probably. Right?
Believing in yourself is having to put something on the table and not taking it off the table before someone else sees it on the table.
There are about 4 colors: red, yellow, green, blue, orange. That's what you're saying.
There's more into that colors.
And remember to win, to get yourself a portrait made by our very own Ari. All you gotta do is be a subscriber. The video has 500 views, and you'd leave a comment down below, and you get one of those. Also, you need to be following Ari, and we'll be leaving down his details, as should be appear now on the video as well. And yeah, show him some love. He's a local artist, and yeah, I think that's basically it. Hello guys, and welcome to another episode of the Cut Podcast. And as you can see with me, I'm in a different place as usual, and I've got a special guest with me today. His name is Ari, but I'll let him do the rest of the introduction.
Thank you.
Go for that.
Hi, I am Ori. I am a visual artist. Yes, I am. I'm Congolese actually. Yes.
So just looking at the place we are in right now, could you just speak more about it?
Yes. You guys are in my studio. It's a art institution based in Woodstock.
Yeah.
We do different things here. We have different artists coming in. We have students that are based in the studio.
Yeah.
Yes, we also have Tuesday classes, Thursday classes, and Saturday classes.
So, I mean, we've been here now for a bit, and we've seen all the artwork that's going on, and we've got some good ones here at the back.
Yes.
And are those personally yours or?
Yes, the ones that you guys looking at the back are personally of mine. They are one story, but in 3 pieces. They're actually personal. They are politics too.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see the guy in the middle is Patrice Lumumba. He's from Congo.
Yeah.
The guy on
The far, my left. Right?
on your left, his name is Leopold II.
Yeah.
I don't want to get in too much to details because it can be a bit,
I mean, yeah, but so like
controversial.
Yeah. What's your, like you say now, these paintings are controversial, right?
Yes.
So what was your inspiration for it? Like, is it politics or just where did that begin at?
That's a good question. It actually started when I wanted to know my country. I wanted to know where I am from.
Yeah.
The history of how things started, how the white people came to Africa and they took, things that are not theirs.
Yeah.
It all started then, and I decided to make this collection of work.
When did you start with it? Like, what was your inspiration to begin art?
To begin art?
Yeah.
Like you mean to
evolve, to do
paint,
art,
to
paint,
draw?
All of that. Where does that start?
It started 6 years old. 6 years old. My first real art, I got it from my dad.
Yeah.
Because my dad is actually an artist. My dad was a tattoo artist. He used to make tattoos.
Yeah.
And he was also a sign writer. He used to, used to go in different shops in Cape Town and sign people's walls, maybe create a sign and stuff like that. And I remember the first day I got a real work from him. One of his clients actually came with the art piece this small. So he wanted it a bit big on the client's arm.
Yeah.
So he gave it to me and he told me to trace that from that small to that big. And I did it perfectly and he liked it. And that's when you saw that
The potential for it.
I have potential in the art world. Besides my dad being an artist, he was he actually is a wrestler. He fought some fights in Cape Town, WWF. So in primary, I was a bit naughty. I used to fight, but they didn't know which one was my thing. Was it art or was it fighting? So as time goes by, I started to fall in love with art. In primary, I started selling art pieces, Dragon Ball Z to my friends. I started meeting new people, and then I started loving art. And art, ever since then, art has been part of my life. In everything that I do, I always think in an artistic perspective.
You know, I think a lot of people actually always have this question, right, when it comes to doing art and anything visual. And first one would be, is that something someone needs a talent to have, or is it something that you can learn?
Both. Yes. Some of them are born with it, like myself, and some of them they learn from them. Yeah. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about what you put in. You know, I can be born with the talent, but if I don't put in the work, it's not going to do anything. But the person that's not born with it, if the person puts in 24 hours every day of painting, drawing, sculpture, that person can become better than the person that was born with.
I think, with what you just said now, with the talent, it goes back to, I think it's just someone's ability to grasp something a lot faster than someone else can. Like say, the way you visualize something and putting it on, your hand coordination with what you're visualizing.
Yes.
You know, it's in tune, you know, and then you have that ability to go like that. Whilst a person, like for myself, like they say, you know, I don't have that. However, I can visualize probably a lot better than you can. Like just an example, I can't probably, right? But just, you know, I can visualize more, but my coordination between my brain
and your hand
is not in tune.
So you have to train them.
So that's what I think goes back to what you're saying. So you're training that.
You train your arms to work with your brain.
To work with the brain. And I think my other thing will be regarding when it comes to, I know a lot of people shy away from the art, or there's a lot of, you know, especially when it comes to parents, they'll be like, don't do it because there isn't money to it. What's your take? I'm sure you've heard that quite a lot.
Wow. Yes, I've been hearing that my whole life, actually. People telling me that art. Actually, I'll take that back. People actually tell you art is the place that you can make money. You know, you understand? Every artist is rich. But to get to that spot where to become that artist, for people to buy your art for maybe 32K or something like that, you know, it's a reputation along the line. It's a dedication of having to be part of other exhibitions, having to create a huge amount of collection of work, having to socialize with other people, having to introduce yourself, having to create a character around your artworks. That actually takes you to become that person that can sell one art piece. Probably that's small for $1 million. You understand? So yes, I think on that spot, parents are sometimes hard on individuals that are trying to, you know, become the best in the fashion world, the best in the modeling world, the best
all
in
these type of niches. That,
you know, all of these
not
artistic,
conventional, basically artistic, creative,
creative world. People don't really take it that serious because it gets to be as it starts to seem like a hobby, not like a real thing. Like anyone can get into it. You know, so. I don't know. You know, at the same time, I won't blame the parents too, because, you know, they can tell the future. They can tell maybe the person that they're speaking to is not that serious, or maybe I'm not sure.
I mean, because I would say, you know, depending on your background, like let's say now your parents, you know, you don't come from a well-off family, right? And now you're saying,
yes, I am actually.
You know, and then you saying, look, I want to go into fashion, I want to go into art, I want to go in one of these creative areas, then you're more in that situation to deal with parents that are going to be against that. Right? Because they're like, okay, but, you know, we don't have currently in our situation, but then you go into this field that...
Especially when there's finance problems.
And you want to go into this field that... It doesn't, you know,
it's not going to feed the family today. It's not going to
feed the family today, right? And they are more against that. Where common with these families that are well off, but like, you know, go pursue your career. What's your view on that, basically? Do you think you agree with that statement?
I don't. yes, I do not agree to that statement. And also I do agree with it. I don't know why, but I don't know. I think parents should take it easy on the kids.
Yeah.
You know, they should really listen to them. They should pay attention to everything they're doing, into details, you know, because there's a lot going in. There's a lot going in creative world, and there's a lot of work.
Yeah.
You know, so having to have support from your own family in the creative world, it tends to, you know, to put you in certain spots that if you're not getting the support, it won't be. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense. It's more like you have that backing that pushes you, motivates you even further.
Yes,
because
you know,
can do something creative, for example, like a painting, and you know you bring it home to your family, and you know
they'll be like, wow,
you know, and they encourage you to go forth rather than having that, and then you're not going to bring it home because you know they're against it, and then you're like, you don't have that type of
you know, encouraging you to do more, you know, introducing you to the friends, you know, so that kind of.
What was your background situation with your family regarding the art? I mean, you did say your father was an artist, so I'm guessing by then he was a proud father. He is a proud father.
Yes, my dad is a proud father. He's a street one too. Wow. As I said before, I was a naughty children, so I used to get a lot of, you know, hiding, which is it's a normal thing in a black family.
You're not getting hidings anymore.
Yeah, I don't get it anymore, but I used to get a lot, and I don't know. I have a feeling the reason why I used to get a lot is because I was an outside thinker. You know, I always wanted to know why is it like that.
Yeah.
You know, why am I not, you know, doing it properly or anything like that. So
an inquisitive child, basically.
Yes. Yeah, maybe. So my father was more of a supportive, but also has really hard disciplines, you know. And some of his discipline, I do not agree on it, but some of them, I don't think I should get into details.
His father's watching.
No, Dad. So, I have a feeling my dad is one of the people that made me who I am today, you know, even if I do not want to admit that, but he is one of the guys, because it made me strong in a way that, you know, it made me do things, taught me things, taught me how to, you know, behave. That's the first important thing, discipline.
Yeah.
You know, and it was a role model.
I think that's something very important to have.
Yes.
You know, having those type of role models in your life.
Yes. And I'm sure that, not sure, but I have a feeling not a lot of kids out there have that opportunity for parents to be around. You know, for me, my father was gone for about 7 years, you know, without being 7 years without him.
7 years.
7 years, you know, so that, I don't know, it might be hard, but at the same time, it also helps you to grow maturely, you know, it helps you to...
You develop faster without that.
Yes,
that type of figure
to become that person of having to say, you know, do what you say. You know, if you say you're going to do this, you're going to do it.
Yeah.
You become that more of that person. You become more of, okay, I'm a responsible individual. I am here and I am looking for something. You know, at the end of the day, if your parents are not seeing that.
Yeah. I think it goes back to what you were saying about, you know, sometimes your parents can see like, look, you want to do this and you're showing the drive for it, and then they'll support you. Or sometimes you say, look, I want to do this, but you're saying it, but you're not doing it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And another thing that I was actually curious about is, what's the artist's thought process when you're starting from start to finish? Like, what steps do you, or at least for you personally, do you
when I'm painting?
Yeah, when you've got like a painting Like, where do you start? Like, where does inspiration come from? And all
I have no idea. Sometimes it depends actually on the story that I want to tell on the canvas.
Yeah. So use one of these as an example. Like, what was your thought process?
I mean, all of these three.
Yeah.
The idea was, the whole idea it started in the brain first, I would say. Then later on, it came on a canvas because I saw all of these. You see the way you're seeing it?
Yeah.
I saw it on my brain already.
So you already visualized it?
I already visualized it. I knew what I was trying to say. I knew how I was going to say it. I knew how I was going to place the painting on the canvas, where I'm going to put the head. Is it too high? Is it too low? Is it in the middle?
Yeah.
So all of that, and as a tip for you guys, everything starts in the brain. Even like one of my greatest art pieces, they all started in the brain. They are something that it took me maybe 2 hours or maybe a second for me to come up with it. So I'll say everything starts with the brain. And all of those pieces, I mean, I did watch the documentary. I did learn about my country. And I did find some of these resources on the internet. But I knew what I was looking for when I was looking for pictures.
Yeah. You already had that reference point in your head.
Exactly. So being able to have it in your brain, it helps everything. It makes everything easily.
So have you ever had a painting that you did and then showed it to someone and someone was like, no, that's a crap painting. It's a bad painting.
Yes. And actually in the art world, that's actually a good sign that your painting is the
so
best.
Having a bad painting is a good sign?
Yes. When you put the painting on a wall and people do not like it, it's a sign that painting is the best painting.
Really? What's the thinking behind that?
Because we don't like it, things that I don't know how to put it in words, but having to do something and everybody disagree on it. And as an artist, it's a motivation. It's a way of saying
you're thinking outside the box.
You're thinking outside the box. That's one of the things. You're not the same as other people.
Unique.
You are unique.
Setting yourself apart, basically.
It's something new, so they have to get used to it. You understand? So the moment they come into it, they're like, ugh.
Yeah.
Just know that you're the best, man.
Okay.
And I try.
So that does not mean I could now make a bad painting and then I then say I'm unique. Like, for example, myself doesn't know how to paint. Just take a brush, do anything, and then. And then say
it's not that easy. I mean, you have to show me your perfect works first, and then you can attempt to do those kind of funny attempts.
How do you critique someone then when it comes to painting? Like, is there a general way of looking at someone's
and saying the painting's bad?
Like, do you judge, do you say your stroke here is bad, or you're not using paint? Sorry for the terms, I'm not really clued up in the art.
I mean, you get that a lot in the art world. You get other people that they will tell you your composition is wrong. Maybe your head is too big. Your body is too, But it's your style.
I was about to say it's a stylistic choice.
It's a style, yes. If you like your humans all of them to have big heads.
Yeah.
Like, I know artists that, they focus on one style. I know a guy, I always forget his name, I think he's a South African guy, Simpson.
Yeah.
Something like that. All of his artworks, he draws his humans without the black balls.
Okay, without the pupils.
Without the pupils, you understand? So all of his artworks like that. And I have Andrew, he goes to school here with me.
Yeah.
He draws all of his humans with long necks. You understand? So it's a style that an artist adapts.
Okay.
In the art world, we call it language. It's a language that everybody, they will know it from you.
Okay.
So whenever you place an artwork somewhere and you're not there,
they will know,
they will know already.
Associate that with this.
Yes, because maybe the way you put your stroke, maybe the colors you use, maybe the stories you tell. You know, all of that kind of stuff are taken to consideration.
What is your stylistic language?
Wow, I'm a mix actually. I'm a master of all trades. I won't lie. I like to play around with different mediums.
Yeah.
You know, I like to be a kid. You know, when I'm making my artworks, I picture myself being a kid, making toys.
Is that because that gives you that creative
space?
You know, to think?
As a kid, when you're making things, you don't think about anything else but
not constrained by rules and a lot of those things that will then limit you because you're like, I can't do this a certain way because they said so. Because they said so.
Because it has to be this way. You know, I don't really, you know, I break rules when it comes to art world.
Yeah.
And yes, I do sculpture. Sometimes I do, like, you know, a canvas. A canvas is probably doing. So a canvas is a board of cloth that's, you know, placed together. We use to paint on. So I like stick things on it, you know, different stuff, and I paint on top again. So it's a mixture of different things, and I also like to recycle things. Sometimes when I'm walking in the street, I see something that I like, I can use in my artworks, I pick it up.
Okay, that's
usually people see me pick like I can come from South River to Woodstock with the board that I just picked up in the road.
Yeah.
And people will be like, where is that guy taking that thing? But not knowing that I have a vision for that. Where's that thing going? You know, the last time I picked up 3 tires.
You carried 3 tires?
I carried 3 tires from South River to Woodstock by my own, just because I wanted to do an art piece on it.
Wow.
And that's a fact.
3 tires?
3 tires. On a hard day.
I'm sure a lot of people gave you the look.
Yeah, I mean, they will always do. There's always that people that will always look at you in a certain ways, but there's always that one person or two that will see now that person is doing something important with that. That's why he has that thing. You know,
basically, someone's trash is another person's art piece.
Exactly. There's a saying that another man's trash is another man's gold.
I was thinking around, I couldn't get the exact quote, but about around that one.
It's the same quote, yes. Yeah. So your trash can be my
art piece. Exactly like you're saying, someone's throwing away a tire, which is pointless and useless, but here you are about to create a masterpiece out of it. And I think that's what I find quite fascinating with creative spaces is having that freedom to be able to create things out of whatever you feel like need. Like take fashion for example, you know, as much as it is for many of us, when you look at it, you ask yourself, but what's this weird thing? You know, why people are wearing these clothes and all this?
Like open, big, oversized. Yes.
I remember I was watching something the other day, and it was speaking about the different styles of fashion, and apparently there's one category that it's about the fashion. What you call fashion people?
Models.
No, the guys who actually do the clothes and all this.
Fashion designers.
The fashion designers, thank you. So where the fashion designers just go there to express their line of work. So that's basically one category, you know.
Yes.
And that's why you see all these.
It's a collection of work.
Yeah, a collection of work. Yes, that's a nice word.
It's a story.
Yes, so they got this abstracted designs, you know, that you wouldn't be able to understand, but a lot of people will appreciate it.
Yes.
Like, but that's if
the ones that understand.
Once again, it goes back, like, do you understand it? And I think another thing that I would actually like to know from you is, like, what is your inspiration? Like, where do you draw your inspiration from? Like, do you have any role models that you look up to?
Thank you for that question. My inspiration comes from humans, actually. Anyone that I greet, anyone I meet on the street, anyone that I'm seeing walking with something on the street, other artists, other designers, other creatives. So I'm always inspired by humans. Humans we are something else. We are like, we can make ourselves and we can break ourselves. You know, we are.
Can you elaborate further on that?
On a human thing, yes. I'm trying to, you know,
get the words.
I'm trying to.
You need a canvas.
I'm trying to make you.
You need a canvas so you can.
Please.
So
you know, as an artist, words are usually not the way we like to speak.
Yeah.
We like to speak on our surface, on anything that we use to tell our story. As a portrait, they use words to paint the picture. So I've.
Well, sorry, what was that?
It's okay. No, I have trained myself to speak with images. I have trained myself to speak with objects.
Yeah.
Words.
They're limiting. Funny enough, it's like the the irony, but the words are limiting to how you want to express yourself.
Yes, the limit sometimes on the things that you say, and sometimes you can say something in a certain way. People will get it in a different way. But if it's an image, and you just put the image there, whoever sees it, they can tell their own story.
I'm going to go to that very cliche quote, which is like, there's a painting, what's 1,000 words? Something about a painting in 1,000 words. You know the saying? Yeah, the picture, something can tell us how. Or some.
Yes,
like that.
It can. That's actually, I believe it can. Maybe not from the individual, from different people, because if I put the image there and I draw a human and I put maybe a human holding a spoon, for me it means that, the artist, it means that I'm feeding myself.
Okay. That's interesting, because for me I was going to say it's just a person holding a spoon.
Exactly, you understand? So it's how you see it, and what are you trying? How does it relate to you, the viewer? What story is it telling? As I said, it's for feeding, and you say it's to someone using a spoon.
I'm just more rational and logic in that sense. So I take it as I see it with the facts in front of me.
Yes, images are powerful than words, in my perspective.
Yeah, there was one piece which I sadly can't show because one of the artists that does not belongs to the artist, and I think it's for an exhibition that you say is coming up.
Yes.
Can you just briefly, because I think it was quite an interesting piece, just briefly talk on that piece I showed you the last time of that lady, the same woman you said.
Can you?
It was a woman on the bed. It was the same woman. She was on the bed.
Yeah.
And then.
Oh yes, I remember actually that piece from Urim. Urim is one of the students.
So hopefully we get permission from him and we can show it. Or one moment this video comes out, I can at least show it up on the screen. But
actually, I might ask too, because it's a good painting. I really like that painting a lot. It's a story of the past and the future. So I'm not sure. I'm not correctly sure about the size, but it's a big piece.
Yeah.
So the actual piece, it's a human. It's a lady. Sitting on a chair, and it's a self next to her, naked, looking at her. Am I right?
Yes.
No.
There's one of them. There's another one at the back. So it's a picture within a picture.
Yeah, it's a picture within a picture. Yeah. So the picture that's in the picture is the lady looking at the self. The one that's outside the picture is the looking opposite sides.
Yeah. But he said it's the same person.
It's the same person, actually. That's why I'm trying to...
hopefully I can put up the picture while we're talking, to solve all the confusion that's going on.
Yes. Yeah. So it's like, just to put in short words, it's me looking at myself in the future, me having to connect with myself. But that's the past. In the future, I am not connected with myself anymore. I'm looking away. So it's a painting that tells a life. It's based on a story on a life. Based on a true story. Yeah. It's based on things that we live every day. There's certain times where we are connected to ourselves, and there's certain times whereby we are not connected. We are disconnected because of probably our surroundings, or probably within, we're not
Emotional, internal turmoil.
we don't have peace within, so we are disconnected,
I think because
So that
you
piece
reminded me of something actually, which is also another quote. By now I love quotes, and it goes that if there's no enemy within, then the enemy outside can do us no harm.
Yes, and you are your own enemy. I would say you are the person that will kill you, and you are the person that will pick yourself up.
Yeah.
And trust nobody, man.
Yeah, it seems like you have experience with that.
Yes, I actually, and it said trust nobody, and I came across things in my life that prove that to me, that you shouldn't trust nobody, even your own family.
Is it some stories you can share, or is it just a bit personal for you?
Yes, it's a bit personal, and I would not like to go personal on this, but it's a personal opinion. Do not take it from me. But if you feel like you have the same feeling, I think you should go deeper on that and just find out why shouldn't I trust anybody.
Yeah, I mean, just now that we're on that train of conversation, is what were some of your struggles, when you were coming up on this journey in your art world?
Well,
at least the big ones, if I may say so.
Yes. There's few. Can I mention two, maybe?
Yeah, go for it.
So the first one I would say is financial.
Yeah.
Financial is still one of the biggest problem in my life, because I have given up my normal life to become this, individual.
Pursue, basically. You're pursuing your dream, but you're giving up a lot in return.
Yes, I'm giving up my normal life. I'm giving up everything that I've, gained. I have basically put in everything into my artistic life. And as you're starting off as an artist, it's really hard for you to make a living as an artist. So you have to be an artist and at the same time be a normal individual to be okay, to survive. So what I did is I took away that normal individual and I become just this artist, and that it has been a challenge, but it's been a challenge that it has made me become a better person, a better artist, a better storyteller, understanding my colors even much better because I put a lot of time in it. Sometimes.
How you say understanding your colors.
Yes.
Such a statement that you don't normally hear someone say, I'm understanding my colors.
Yes, in painting, it's really important to know your colors.
So basically telling me there's not 4 colors, red, yellow, green, blue, orange. That's what you're saying.
There's more into that colors.
there's more colors within those colors.
Within those colors, I would say. So yes, financial, and the other one will be personal knowing. Is it a right way to say it? Like having to know yourself.
Self-discovery.
Yeah, self-discovery. That's a perfect word, actually.
Yeah.
Self-discovery. And yeah, I've been searching myself. Mm-hmm. I've been I took myself out of myself and look at myself and see see who I am, what I don't like about myself, what I do like about myself, what other people don't like about me, and
where you can improve and all.
Where I can improve, who are like what I don't like, places that are not good for me, all of that
basically
kind of things.
Introspection on yourself, on
myself, and I think. Besides being an artist, I think everyone should should.
Yeah.
They should find themselves. They should take time to know themselves. I think that should go to everyone, not just artists or not just, creatives. It should even go for a normal individual. Like, why are you doing that? Who are you? Like
what are you?
Or what are you? Why are you here? Like as an artist, I ask myself questions like, why am I painting? Why do I like painting? What am I trying to?
I think that more comes with also the type of personality you have. I think even the word introvert comes from that introspection, where you spend a lot of time
by yourself. What
so
yourself?
You have that, you keep you ask a lot of questions. Why am I doing this? What is this all about? Who am I? Stuff like the person you say.
And it boosts you as a
you gain that that knowing with yourself.
Yes, and when you know yourself, you can control the world. Trust me.
Also another thing that I was curious about is, I think a lot of people also be curious to know is, what are the misconceptions when it comes to artists, like visual artists like yourself? What's the misconceptions that are out there, or are there any?
I'm not sure.
So like this art guy, what can I say? If someone wants to see you, what misconception would they have you being an art guy? If like someone, for example, I'll give you an example, right? Like in my line of work as a software engineer, like if someone was to see me and I thought I'm a software engineer, automatically the first type of things would come thought, he's nerdy.
Overall, you're having an overall something.
So that's a misconception someone would have. I mean, they're true, but those are type of things. Like now, for someone like yourself,
as an artist,
I mean,
in general, as all the artists, I think when you say you're artist, or when people say you're artist, people expect to see confidence. People expect to see the dress. Your dress code is different.
Like the awesome hat that you have, by the way.
Thank you. It was made by a friend, actually. Yes, people tend to see different things as an artist, like unique things.
Yes.
Yeah, things that they didn't see from other people. They'll be like, wow, okay, you're an artist. Like many times I've been stopped in the street because of the way I dress.
Yeah.
Someone will be like, okay, you're an artist. Definitely. We know. You're standing in the gallery just looking at the art piece. I mean, I can be a viewer, I can be a buyer. Why would you think I'm an artist?
Yeah.
Just because the way I dress. So, yeah, I was saying dress code, the way you present yourself sometimes, collection of work. Maybe if they don't see it, or maybe they will probably see on your social media, where you usually hang around, those kind of things that, says the artist, but it's not compulsory.
So just before we end it off, is there any message that you'd like to share to upcoming artists or students?
Any message?
Yeah. What would be your words of inspiration to them who just probably also just started or are in it?
Yes, I just have one thing. Believe in yourself. I mean, I can tell you a bunch of things. I can tell you a lot of things to get you motivated, that, it's all over.
Share some of them.
I mean, just one powerful one. It's just believe in yourself. Just believe in yourself and everything will go right. Believing in yourself, it means having to put something in a table without hesitating to take that thing that you put on the table off the table before someone else sees it on the table.
I like that. I think you need to repeat that one again, actually. This is a good one.
Okay, so what I'm saying is that believing in yourself is having to put something on the table and not taking it off the table before someone else sees it on the table.
That's a good one.
That's believing in yourself.
That's a really good one.
Yeah, and be confident, man. Big confidence.
Thank you, Ari.
Oh, okay. The first person I would like to thank is God. Thank you, God, for everything. He's being grateful to all of us, even the ones that we don't believe in Him. Second person will be to myself. Unfortunately, thank you to me for not giving up on me. Third person, I would say to James. James is actually, I didn't mention James. James is my first art teacher. He took my mentor. He took me from drawing from pen to brush and a paint. Fourthly, I would like to say thank you to Douglas. Douglas has been another mentor to me. He's been a brother. And this is actually Douglas's spot. And thank you to Institute. Institute is
the name of the place.
The name of the studio. And thank you to you guys for your team for believing in my works before you even, seeing me. And yeah, thank you to my mom, actually. Yeah. Thank you to my dad for not being there.
That's a weird one.
Yes. Thank you to loved ones, supporters, my art buyers. I'm always going to do you guys good, And thank you to Live.
Do you have any future gallery, like your exhibition?
Yes, thank you so much for that. I actually have an exhibition coming up in 2021 in February. It's going to be my first solo exhibition. It's going to be in Woodstock probably you guys are going to drop that at the bottom. It's at the studio is called Art. It is Art Africa. So the opening is going to be on the first Thursday of February.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have all my art pieces there. I wish you guys can come. And anyone that's going to buy my art can come. The rest
anyone's going to buy the art.
The rest stay at home. Don't show up. And
Yeah, guys, and that's it. And remember to win to get yourself a portrait made by our very own Ari. All you gotta do is be a subscriber. The video has 500 views, and you leave a comment down below, and you get one of those. Also, you need to be following Ari, and we'll be leaving down his details, as should be appear now on the video as well. And show him some love. He's a local artist, and I think that's basically it. And I'll see you guys in the next podcast.